Dawn. I'm from the channel DIY for Sanity, and I'm just beginning. This is my very first video. I was not a big fan of doing this, but my granddaughter reassures me that I'm good enough to have a channel for DIYing. So we are going to press on with it. And please, if anybody has any advice or anything for me, I would be happy to hear it. I'm really scared of the negativeness that comes along with this because I just lost my son in November, and I was 29 years old, and his daughter is here with me, and is the one that talked me into doing YouTube. I'm struggling to this day, but they told me it could take 5 to 10 years to get over a child's loss. He was 29 years old, and I found him. So hopefully this will help me. I'll never get over it, but I will get better. Is what I've been told in therapy. They also said losing a child is the worst loss you could ever have, and especially as an adult child. So I don't know anything. There's no handbook, but I know my granddaughter is what helps. So, and she said, thanks YouTube will. Okay, enough of that. Just a little bit of my story. I struggle daily, so some days the video may not come out, but I will, maybe this will get me laughing and having fun again. That's what I'm hoping for. Here's my granddaughter, my son Cody's daughter. She gets to come and be with me a lot. I wish more, but of course she has a home. But she always has good advice for Nana. She's only 9. She just turned 9. And her daddy missed her birthday. She's having a rough time, but she's my rock, and we get through it together.
So today we're going to be doing a Q&A, right? So basically, we're going to be asking her questions. She's going to be doing DIYs, right?
Yeah, maybe a shop haul with me or something. Maybe, I don't know.
But this first video, we're just going to talk a little about ourselves, and yeah, so we didn't really plan anything, or we're planning right now, but
yeah, this is kind of like all just happening right now.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to be behind the camera asking her questions, right?
That's fine.
Let's get on with it.
All right, baby. I love you.
Okay, love you too. So, what are the questions you want to start on with? Like, deep questions or light questions?
Let's do light questions first, because I just went really deep with them.
Okay, let's do some, like, fun facts.
Okay.
So, maybe people want to know, what's your favorite color?
I like greens, and I also like purples.
Okay. What is your favorite food?
My favorite food is my homemade pizza with my bread maker. I can eat that every day.
Huh.
I'm supposed to look at my camera. We need to start asking questions.
What do you like? What really got you into YouTube? Like, what made you start looking at videos?
You know what, Adriana, you can ask me that, and Nana cannot answer it because I don't know what made me start watching them. I started watching cleaning motivations because, I mean, I've never had a hard time cleaning. I've raised 3 kids, and I didn't make them be my maids. I've always cleaned, and they've had chores, and so I first got into cleaning motivation, and then I started seeing DIYs, and then it was all over. That's all I watch is DIYs.
She got hooked.
I got hooked.
What's like your favorite type of music? Like, what music do you like?
Country and Western. Country music. Nana doesn't like anything else. I like a lot of Christian music. my church has the best music ever, but I don't know it per se, so it's hard for me to listen when I can't sing with it.
Okay. Now, what's one of your favorite DIYs that you ever made?
Um, oh, actually, it was just made. I just finished it. I think it would be my favorite because, I mean, I have a lot of favorites because as I do them, I get a little bit better, and I find as I do them, I know when to use super glue, wood glue, because a lot of my beginning ones would fall apart, and it would be like I would get discouraged. Well, if I don't want to reuse the stuff, I want it, then I use the proper glue. So the one I did downstairs, anyways, that's sitting out on my front porch, are the ones I seen on YouTube. Of course, are the fireworks. I got. Oh, they're so cute.
You'll see them in a video.
Yeah, you'll see them in a video, but they're um, the top of them are blue with stars, and then they got the red and white stripes, and then they got the little wicks that, they're supposed to be your firework, but they turned out so cute. And I'm going to do another set because I would like to darken the blue just a tad, but they turned out so good. That's the one I'm proudest of right now.
Okay. Now, what's your favorite TV show?
I don't really watch TV, babe. I don't. TV show, I'd say YouTube. DIYs, because I don't watch TV. I don't. Sometimes it makes me sad to watch TV, so I just don't. I haven't watched TV in a long
Okay.
time.
My Nana lives in a house that's, I think, almost a mini mansion. And it has an upstairs and a downstairs, and they have a beautiful house.
It's only 930 square feet on the main level. It's small, but we redid the whole thing. It was my mother-in-law's home, and she had hundreds and hundreds of birds in it, and it was a
mess.
Walls were chewed out. Yeah, I'm not going to go into all that, but
yeah.
We had to redo everything, and we did it the way we wanted it for the rest of our lives. So
Okay.
I like it.
Okay. We just wanted to say that she has a beautiful house, guys, and it's just
Thank
amazing.
you.
We'll do a house tour maybe once, but
yeah, when my craft room upstairs where we're at gets cleaned,
yeah.
she's going to help me organize. I'll pull something out, and it'll pull other things out, and then I'll just go on about my business and do what I'm doing, and then I got that stuff that I pulled out with the other things, so that's my fault.
Okay. Now, speaking of your house, what's your favorite part of the house? Or you think you most spend more time in?
My favorite part of the house is my kitchen. I love to cook in this kitchen. I guess it would be my kitchen.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, of course I like my DIY, my craft rooms, but I don't, it just needs to be organized. You guys have no idea how much stuff I have. I have overbought for 6 months. Overbought. Every time I go to the store, I overbuy.
Yeah, she really does. So my Nana has pets. She has. Go ahead, explain.
I have 2 dogs and 1 cat. I really have 1 dog and 1 cat, but unfortunately, when my mother-in-law passed, my sister-in-law was supposed to take Brutus, but she had 2 dogs that she was afraid Brutus would eat. Brutus is a lab, and
that's his name, Brutus.
Yeah, Brutus is a lab and golden retriever. And let me tell you, that dog would not hurt a flea. My grandkids lay on him. He's overweight, of course, but she had me convinced that he would kill my cat. Well, my cat controls him. I don't know why they thought this of him because I just love this dog to death. If I go downstairs to do laundry, he puts his little feet on the stairs and puts his head there and waits for me to come up. So no, I'm happy.
He's really sweet.
Yeah, I'm really glad we got him. He's just the most hairiest dog, and I don't deal because my other dog's a boxer.
And her name is?
Yeah, yeah, and she's got a story
She's
behind
so
that.
cute.
She's older too, and then we got my cat Belle, and I had a cat that had to be put down. Her name was Tinker, and then
Very sweet too.
yeah, and then we named her Belle, so Tinker Belle. But anyways,
Yeah. Okay. So when, as you heard, my dad had passed away. We're not gonna say why, cause we're just not
it's
ready
not
yet.
yeah,
It's
it's not anybody's business.
But once he passed, she started doing crafts like crazy,
Yeah,
which
it's doubled in how many I do, tripled,
yeah.
because it keeps this brain from going in places that it doesn't need to be going right now.
Okay. So now we're gonna. Okay. So we have a big family on my dad's side, and I want my nana to tell you guys how many nephews and nieces she has.
No, grandchildren.
Oh, grandchildren. Yeah.
And I even have great grandchildren. I'm 55 years old. I have 3 children. I have twin girls that are 35, and their name is Ashley and Nicole. Then I have my son. He was 29, and he has 1 child. My twins have each 4. Then I have a stepdaughter that just turned 40, and she has 4. So that means that I have Cody had 1, and then
That's my dad.
Yep, my boy had 1, and then all 3 of the girls have 4. So that's 13 grandkids. Then my stepdaughter's oldest 2 have made me a great grandmother. Rebecca Ann has 2, and Hannah has 1 and another one on the way. So I will have 4 great grandchildren and 13 grandchildren.
Oh, wow.
I love every minute of it. I love every single one of them. I don't know what I'd do without them. I just spent Friday with Jamie's youngest 2 boys, and we had a blast. I love to get them. Today I have my daughter Nikki's youngest, he's 2, he'll be 3 August 10th, but anyways, he's down there sleeping. So.
Now, basically.
Sorry, I have gum. I'm just nervous.
Yeah, she's really nervous. But now I feel like I should come in the video and.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I don't know what to do, so you do what you think's right.
So, what do you think usually when you ask in Q&As? What basically would you say? Usually it's like a Q&A for your intro. We just want you guys to know
a little bit about me,
about us.
That I'm not excellent at this in any way. I'm not a bad person. I'm real nervous about doing this, but when I take you on a tour of my crafts, you're gonna understand why my granddaughter has talked me into doing this. Like I've made ladders, blanket ladders. Well, I've made a 6-foot one, and I don't use just the typical Dollar Tree stuff because of my husband. He has all kinds of wood outside, so I got dowels, and they're like, the only thing my husband said when I got it finished and painted, he said, please don't walk on this like a ladder, because I'm very clumsy. I trip and fall a lot. So anyways, a lot of my stuff I really had to figure out if I wanted to keep it, that I needed to use more than hot glue, because it caused me a lot of madness, I guess. Anyways, I figured it out, and and I'll be honest, a lot of I'd say 80% of my stuff is from the Dollar Tree, but to hold it together, I just don't use just hot glue, is all I'm saying.
Okay. Now, another question for her is, what's your favorite store to shop for?
Hobby Lobby is, I'm not going to lie, Hobby Lobby, if I could afford Hobby Lobby, that's where I get everything. I absolutely love it.
I'm running out of questions, so you could just tell them things that I
Yeah,
already
the only
said.
thing else I think I'm sure I'll get into more as time goes on.
Like we'll show you pictures of our family, some pictures.
Right, and and I'll think of more things that you guys might need to, not need to know, but it'd be nice for you to know and understand my situation.
But now, because losing someone is a very hard
It,
experience, and
look how good she's doing. I mean, she has her bad days, let me tell you.
and we just wanna. Why don't you tell my dad? Well, why don't you tell them how my dad acts and how he
Oh,
is?
he was,
He can go
okay,
on and on.
I could go, yeah. My son, you're gonna say, how could he be? But my son was awesome.
We think he's perfect.
Well,
Everybody in the family thinks he's
yeah,
perfect.
I mean, everybody, it wasn't just me, but he could make you laugh, and when he belly laughed, I'm telling you, you belly laughed, and you didn't even know what you were laughing at, but he would pick on me, and I never took it personal about crafting, too, because before he passed, I was doing crafting, but not like I am now, and him and my husband would get to picking, and they just make me laugh, because I thought, oh, you'll see, but they would just whisper back and forth to each other, and he had just moved in with us, and I believe September, we can't really,
What's the date that he passed away? Tell me.
November 13th, and he had just moved
2019.
in. Yeah.
So like
It's only
not
been
even
6
a year
months.
ago.
Yeah, it's only been 6 months. So, and so he moved in September or the 1st of October. It doesn't matter, but so he lived here with us, and we enjoyed it. He cooked for us every night because that's what he wanted. He wanted to be a
he's
chef.
a chef, and we can't even explain how good he cooks.
And so,
in our opinion,
there was nothing that I don't think anybody
liked.
Right, if you liked that meal, let's say steak, and if you liked it, when he was done with it, you would love it. But anyway, so he lived with us, and we had a good time with him, but he had left Chicago and was depressed, and that's a whole nother story. I'm not getting into it. It was a bad situation. He came back home, and he had his girlfriend in Chicago, and they still fought.
Her name is Mackenzie.
Fought all the time, and
they're both. Mackenzie's very sweet, and she's kind, and she's careful, and she likes to make people stay, but
anyway,
they fought a lot.
Yeah, they did, and she was worried about him. But anyways, my son, the last time I seen my son, he went to a meeting. He went to a meeting. He was clean. He went to a meeting, and I was still up when he got home. And I said, babe, I'm gonna go to bed. My exact words to this boy was, babe, I'm gonna go to bed. Mom loves you. He said, I love you too. And I went to bed, and he went upstairs. And at 10:30 the next day, I was beating down the door. So anyways, that's enough of that. But
he acted really kind, and
he was such a good boy. He just had
even with his child.
a lot of that boy was spoiled rotten. That boy would come in my room like Linus, just because he'd sleep on my floor, and I'd rub his head to get to sleep. But no, he just had some inner demons that we don't need to talk about that, because he was a good. I can't find one person in this world that knew him that said that he wasn't a good kid and that he was an awesome dad. Even people that don't know him very well said that they cannot believe what an awesome dad he was. So
he was.
We don't need to keep talking about him.
A really good dad, though.
He was. This kid thinks the world rises and sets on him, and still today she thinks that.
But maybe from the next video, how about like when you do your crafts, because most of her videos are going to be a craft, but
I'm not going to talk about this kind of stuff. I'm sorry that it consumes me. I'm sorry.
But maybe like at the end of a video you could take a picture, or not take a picture, but you could show a picture of what he looks like.
Yeah, I can do that. That's not a problem. I just don't want my videos to be consumed of the situation
Yeah.
that's happened because
He was a good guy.
yeah, that's all I'm gonna say is
Yeah, he was a good guy.
I'm of course I'm gonna say that and Audrina's gonna say that. But if I was to bring every friend he had or every family member outside of our immediate family, they would tell you the exact same thing. I got told by somebody that found out how he died. They could not believe that he even did any. They couldn't believe he did.
And he goes to church with us,
Yeah,
and we
we went to. He'd go to church with us every Sunday. He was
it's
baptized.
he was
He was doing
baptized,
so good.
and almost everybody in that church, a pastor or anything.
Oh, if I call my
loved that
pastor, if I call my pastor right now, he'd be right here praying with me. The minute I found my son, some reason I couldn't call 911. That's another story, but I couldn't call 911. I just couldn't dial it, so I asked Siri to do it. But anyways, one of the people I inboxed was my pastor, and I don't remember a lot of any of these weeks at the day of and after, but I remembered inboxing my pastor, and I don't think all I said was he's gone or something to that effect, and within 3 minutes he was here with us, and he sat with us until evening, sat with us all day. I couldn't ask for a better pastor. If I called him right now and said, because of the COVID, we haven't had church, and if I said I need to pray with you, he'd be right here. This man is, I can't say anything bad about him. Pastor Frank. I don't know if I would have to find a new church if he ever left this one, because I love him so much.
Yeah. I don't know if there's anything else to say.
No, I know, and I'm sorry this is consumed about Cody. I'm sorry. This is what they tell me I need to do. My psychiatrist says I need to talk, but then I get talking to the wrong people. Like I'll go to a store, Dollar Tree, and start talking about my son. It's like, but they say it's normal. I don't know what normal is. So
She likes to get love, and she has a lot of it. People love her a lot especially when she meets people and she talks to people. When they meet people and talk to her a little bit, not too much in her life, but mostly about her life, and people love her.
Yeah, I try not to burden anybody, and I don't need to be burdening YouTube with it, but I think you should know where I'm coming from a little bit, and know that if I talk about it or if I tear up, it is normal, and I do tear up every day, but I certainly don't
So do I.
tear up. I've been through probably every month I go through a day, I cry from morning till night, but normal again, I don't know what normal is. There's no damn book on how to grieve your son. And especially, he was my only boy, and he was my, yes, he's my language, but no book on how to grieve, and he was my baby, he was my youngest, and he was my only boy. So, he was a little spoiled. But, I don't feel bad about that. I do not feel bad one bit about spoiling him.
No, because he deserves it.
He did deserve it. Okay, well, you know what? I'm done. I gotta quit. I'll go on days about this whole situation, but I'm not gonna. I'm sure you figured out how he passed.
We're trying not to make you guys bored. We're just trying to Q&A. We're just trying to get you a little bit about it, and she does really good crafts, and
oh my God, you'll be meeting all my grandchildren, I'm sure, at some point. I love every one of them. Every single one of them I love to death.
And she says almost every time I come over to see her, she says that you're the only part of her dad.
Yeah, I tell her. I mean, I'm very honest with Audrina. I tell her she's
That's
the
my
only
name, by
thing.
the way.
Baby girl is what her name is, but no, I'm just kidding. That's what I call her.
That's not my name.
Anyways, I do tell her that she is the only part of her dad I have left. And I mean, in the real world, of course, her dad's in my heart, but she,
A blood.
yes, the only blood I have left of her dad, and she does a lot of stuff that reminds me of him.
Oh yes.
She was, she was a daddy's girl. That's what the reason he woke up every morning was because her. So all he cared about was her.
Oh, that's not true.
What do you mean?
He cared about his family.
Oh, yeah, but I
I
mean,
know that.
yeah, but I'm just saying, outside of us, you were his world.
Yeah.
And you know that. Okay, we're gonna call it a day, or we'll just keep talking.
We'll just keep talking. Well, we love you guys, and we want to just let you know that we like to spread love and not hate.
Yes,
If-
I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the hate
If we get
comment.
some hate, we will not yell. We do not.
I don't yell.
We don't yell. We won't make a video about it. We will just. Well, we might make a video about it if it goes out of control. We'll just say that. We don't. It's not a part of our mind, and we just like to keep the love, and we love every one of you, even if you don't really like how we talk or any
Yeah, if
way
you're
that
just
you
not
don't,
fond of the way I look,
or something like that, we still love you. Just so you know.
I don't hate no one. There isn't anybody in the world I don't hate. Even the drug dealer that sold my son bad shit.
Excuse your language.
No, sorry, yes, I'm sorry, but
But
when it comes
okay,
to
let's just end this before we
Okay.
keep on talking. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you for
Love
listening.
you all.